Hey guys, thank you for joining me today. My name is Charlie and this is Yoga4Dancers. Our practice is yoga for tired muscles. So really honoring and knowing the intensity of a dancer's just lifestyle and the physical demands on our bodies, from endless rehearsals, long days in the studio, performances to work towards. When we're in that moment where our muscles get tired, we get physically drained and there's tension, a tightness, all that stuff going on, but we still got to get into the studio, we still got to work productively. And so this was designed to allow you to ease out of your sort of max effort. How can you still find a sense of flow, a sense of enjoyment moving in your body without over-efforting, without gripping? It's almost like less is more here today. And I wanted this to be sort of like a gooey, stretchy, muscle melty flow thing. So if you are feeling like really tight right now, really sore and stiff, just take it the most simplest option. Just go really gentle. You've got nothing to prove. Just do you today, and hopefully you'll finish feeling a little bit lighter, like you've landed in your body, whether you're doing it as a warm-up or at the end of a long day. Just enjoy landing back home in your skin. Okay, so come and join me lying down on your back, placing the soles of the feet a little bit wider than your hips, maybe even as wide as your mat if that's comfortable. Give a little shuffle of your shoulder blades down your back and let your knees rest against one another. So you're really not holding them or using any support. Oh, sorry. You are using support. You're not using any muscular effort. There we go. Now you can either just lie the arms nice and wide and open into the ground, or it might be nice to bring your hands somewhere onto the body, maybe just around the lower belly. And when you're comfortable, just closing down the eyes. Without feeling the need to fix or force your breath, just let it flow easy in and out through the nose. You don't have to deepen the pace of the breath. Just let it be, even if it is a little bit shallow in this moment, that's fine. See if you can loosen the muscles around the face. So notice if you're holding around the eyes or you're clenching the teeth. Everything starts to sort of melt here into the ground beneath you. Everything just naturally kind of sinks. Gets a little heavier. And that's not by you pressing your weight down, it's like you're just giving into gravity, so letting it have you fully. You keep scanning through the body of any little pockets or areas that you can fully start to let go. Using this small moment of pause to sort of switch off from your outside world and tune in to you, because your breath is almost like your anchor into this present moment. And when we're feeling tired and there's a tightness or a stiffness, a soreness in the body, our breath is what's going to help us relax, help us stay soft, staying calm. We are able to then find a little bit more ease in our movements, in our flow, in our postures. So let's take a full big breath in. If your hands are on your belly, it's like you can balloon the belly up in towards them. Allow the mouth to open, find a clearing sigh. One more of those. Breath in. And letting it go, everything releases. You might like to blink open the eyes as you readjust your feet so they're hips width apart. Send the arms wide, maybe even into a sort of T shape here. Pressing down through the feet, rising the hips, coming into a bridge pose. You're just going to find a circle of your pelvis over to the right. Let it dangle, just hover above the ground as you finish the circle of the hips over to the left and all the way up. So it's like a big sort of fluid motion getting into the hips. Notice if you started to grip around the face or lift the head in any way, can you keep the skull nice and heavy as you do this? Still going to the right one more time. And then switching it over to the left when you're ready. Just allow your breath to flow at its natural pace with the movement that you're doing, like you're scooping your pelvis through the space. A little bit of a wake up for the legs, but not a clenching, not a gripping. And then go ahead and find a big bridge pose. Start to open across the chest here, breathing in. And then giving your whole spine a massage as you start to roll down upper back. See if you can find your middle back and then pressing your lower back all the way down and then release when your pelvis touches down. Pick up and flex your right foot and place your ankle on top of your left thigh. Maybe all you need today, this might be enough, is just to press the knee open. Depending on how you're feeling, this could be plenty of a little stretch that you need. Or if you're coming into figure 4, if you want a bit more, just drawing your hands through the gap, holding that left thigh, keep waking up your right toes. And as you find this shape, maybe you rock side to side. Just 1 or 2 more breaths here. Keep drawing that right knee open. And then really easy, just closing the knees together. Send them over to the left. You can use your left palm on top for support as you open your right arm. Just let the shoulders drop down. Maybe your gaze is over to that right hand. Take a breath here. Maybe release it through the mouth. And slowly stepping the feet back. Right foot into the ground, left foot on top. Gently opening the knee. Feel free to stay here or come into that figure 4 shape. And notice if you've lifted the head or the shoulders, can you really draw them down as you gently rock side to side. And then you're slowly bringing left knee on top of right as you send them over to the right. See if you can open that left arm. Up to you if you send the nose over to the palm or if you keep the nose high. A few breaths here. Maybe there's a sigh to really just release the muscles. Then taking your time, come back to center. Give yourself a big squeeze. Hug your knees to your chest. Wrap your forehead close towards your knees as you wrap around the shins. And then slowly lying the back of the skull down. Rolling over to one side so you can super easy press yourself up. Come to a seat with your right leg in front, crossing the legs. Bring your hands onto the front of the shins or the knees. As you inhale, draw the shoulder blades down your back. Start to puff the heart forward and up. Maybe you lift the chin. Then use your exhale to tuck the tailbone, shrug the shoulders. It's like a seated cat-cow here as you draw chin to chest. Take a couple of these. Inhale, claw your chest forward and up so you're using the hands. And then exhale, belly drops in and back. Last one, inhale to open. And exhale to rock it back. Now from this nice big curve, root down through both sit bones and go wide with your palms. Take a breath in and exhale. Right palm comes to the side as you reach your left arm up and over. Keep circling the left arm, any direction, any movement that feels nice to get into the shoulder, into the side arc. Your breath is flowing where it feels free, most natural to you. And go ahead and reach your fingers up and over one last time. Inhale and exhale, turning your chest over on the diagonal over your right knee. You can even come onto your fingertips here as you lift the chest. Inhale. There's a little ripple as you pour the heart down. Exhale. Take that one more time. And then go ahead and walk your hands forward until you're just lying over that right shin. Now you might even just be here on the forearms, maybe even here on the palms, just releasing the head. Just go where it feels comfy for you. Take one breath into the curve of the spine here. Releasing the hips. Again, remember, less force, less effort. You've got nothing to prove. Just go where it feels good. Know your edge today. Coming up, swapping the legs around. Left foot forward, hold on to the shins or the knees. You're starting your little seated cat-cow. Inhale, puff the heart. Exhale, it's like your front body drops into back body. 2 more. Let the gaze be really relaxed here. And let your breath start this little rock. Forward and back. And then from this third curve, you're rooting in this sort of place that feels centered as you send your palms wide. And use your exhale, left palm comes down like you're reaching up and over. Feel that side arc. Continue to circle the arm any direction that feels good. Let the neck kind of release here. It's like you're breathing a little bit of life into your rib cage. Using a sense of flow to open yourself up rather than in a sort of static stretch. Taking one more breath in and using your exhale to turn your heart over that left knee. Maybe you come onto your fingertips. Continue to find this little ripple of the spine. Exhale, it's like you just melt. Last breath here. And as you exhale, you're just going to continue. Remember, you might even come up a little bit here. If you've got a lot of tightness in your hips, just go where you can really drop the top of your head. Maybe you even shake it a little. So it's absolutely fine if you're not all the way down here. Just go ahead and find one more breath. And then slowly, slowly walk yourself upright. Hug your knees towards your chest. And then rolling over. Take your time. I'm going to find all fours. Actually, no, let's take it to a child's pose. So maybe send the knees a little bit wide. Bring the forehead into the mat and just drop everything down again. So let the body be restful. Take a big breath into your belly. And letting something go. Your next inhale breath will be your impulse to move as you draw navel to spine, round through all fours. Exhale, find a little wave, lead with the hips, coming back. Everything continues to flow to your breath, rolling up. And exhale to wave it back. Last time, navel to spine, press yourself high. Exhale, come back. Now this time as you come up through that cat back, send your gaze forward and slowly lower through thighs, belly, heart. Let your legs be a little bit wide. Send your palms wider than your shoulders. Inhale, lifting as far as you like. Exhale, rolling down. Let your head follow again. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lead with the heart. Last time coming up. Now as you exhale, you're just going to find a little swivel. Side to side, into the shoulders, into the neck. Slowly, slowly snaking your way down until you come onto the belly. Forehead into the mat. Bring your palms towards your chest. Press over the knees. Tuck the toes and coming into our downward facing dog. Already finding movement here. Go gentle with yourself. Maybe a little bend and a pause of one leg, then the other. Shake the head where you need to. Swivel the hips. Before you settle, feet hips width apart. Knees can bend. And slowly, slowly start to pad your hands until they meet your feet at the back of your mat. This time, shuffle your feet nice and wide, so way wider than your hips. Let the knees bend as you hold onto the elbows. You're just going to sway. Allow the knees to kind of move to this sway. And just enjoy draping the torso over. One more breath here. You can go slower than I am, that's fine. And
And then slowly come to center. Keep the feet nice and wide. Release the palms down. Take a huge bend in your knees so you can slowly roll through the spine. When you come to stand, lift the shoulders as you inhale. Circle them down as you exhale. With the elbows, inhale. Circle them down, exhale. Now with both palms, create a big circle, inhale. Then press the air away as you exhale. Shuffle your feet to parallel and collect palms to heart center, standing nice and easy. Open your arms like a cactus shape. Maybe the knees soften as you lift the heart, lift the gaze, inhale. Then scoop the belly, bend the knees, backs of the palms almost meet as you round the back. Inhale, open the chest high. Now as you exhale, let the palms just hang down, leading with the crown of the head, chin to chest. Bend the knees if you like, as you find a forward fold. Still leading with the head, snake the chest up. Just let the hands dangle and slowly melt the body. Bend the knees, come to stand, circle the arms wide. Take hold of your right wrist, root your feet down, and you're just gonna crescent up and then over. Find a huge arc and a stretch down your right side body. Maybe send the nose high, one more breath. And then coming back, use your obliques as you inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, trace them down past your third eye, all the way to your heart. Inhale again, arms wide. Exhale, round the body, bend the knees. Inhale, draw the elbows wide, open the chest, lift your heart. Let the arms drop, draw chin to chest. Rolling, lead with the head, come down. Inhale, snake the body up. And exhale, head follows, fold. One breath, bend the knees, come to stand. Reach the arms high. Hold on to your left wrist, root down through both feet, and then use your hand as you hold onto the wrist to arc. Maybe send the left ear open. Take another breath. And then coming back, big breath in. This time, bend the knees as you fold all the way down. Take your time to walk yourself downward facing dog. Take the sweetest breath in here. Find a gorgeous sigh out. Soften your edges even here. Notice if you're really gripping and grasping for something, and can you find even a sense of ease within your strength here that's naturally supporting you. Then lightly reach your right toes high. They don't have to go super high. Step the foot down by your right thumb. Bend your back knee here and rise with ease, high lunge. And you're there, just drop the shoulders down. There's a sense of buoyancy in the legs. Start to straighten both legs as you inhale. Let your arms flow naturally here as you lower your back knee with control. Release the toes. Sink the pelvis as you stretch your hips, looking up towards the hand in low crescent. Inhale. Exhale, starting to extend the right leg and flexing the toes, but maybe you keep it quite bent. I'd rather you just find a rounding in of the chin to chest. With the breath, we're rerouting the right foot, drop the hips, come back, look up, inhale. Now from here, turn your left shin bone in. You're coming to face the left side of your mat, bringing left palm under left shoulder. Adjusting your right foot to face the same direction as you reach your right arm high. Hips are high, but your foot and your palm and your knee are grounding you down. Reach your fingers up and overhead. Find a big circle all the way down and around. Take that a couple times. Let your breath flow freely. And then if you like, on this next one, as you rise the fingers up and over, maybe you just lightly rise the toes, maybe point and flex them here as you find a moment of balance. And then slowly, you're just going to turn the right knee out. Step your right foot close to the pelvis and keep the hip open. Right fingertips come down. It's important that you have the palm on the inside of the knee, or the palm can come down. As you open your left arm wide, it's like you've got this diagonal stretch across the chest. You should get a nice stretch on your inner right hip. Lean the head back. Take a full breath here. And then you're slowly reaching your fingers. We're going to come to the back of the mat. So we're creating a new front. Pivot yourself so your feet come into your downward facing dog. Find a wave, ripple forward. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, wave it back. Downward facing dog. Now to bring us all the way to the top of the mat again, we're just going to repeat that sequence. Same sides. One breath for one movement. So right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, stepping right foot down by right thumb. Allow your back knee to bend as you rise with ease. You're in your high lunge. Take a breath in, extend the legs. As you exhale, lower the back knee with control, release the toes. Inhale, reaching the fingers high as you sink the hips. Exhale, forward, extend, flex your right toes. Come forward, drop the hips, inhale. Left shin bone in as you exhale, take it to the side. Left palm roots under the shoulder. Right toes forwards. Start to circle the arm a couple times. Just checking that the gaze is still nice and relaxed. And if you want to, again, rising the toes in line with the hip. Finding that big long line, point and flex them a couple times. If you want a little add-on here, maybe you bend the top knee, take hold of the ankle. Pressing your foot to palm, press your heart forward, let the head hang back, take a breath into your chest. And then from there, exhale, step the foot down. Refine that little side sort of twist and stretch for the hip. Just a breath here. And then take your time coming into downward facing dog. Now we're back at the front of our mat. Rolling forward like a wave, inhale. And exhale, undulate back to downward facing dog. If you need to lower down, come into your child's pose, lower the knees. Take 2 breaths. Last one. Maybe you sigh something out. Come back into down dog if you're in child's pose. Taking it on the left side. Inhale, left toes rise. Step left foot forward. And again, take all the time you need here to root the feet. Again, it's just a lunge. You're moving through with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, you're there. Extend the legs, grow tall, rise. It's like nothing ever stops. Lower with control, release your back toes. Drop the pelvis so you can stretch the hips as you lift the heart. Coming back as you exhale, flexing the left toes. Rolling forward, low crescent lunge, inhale. Now from here, it's our right shin that turns in. As you walk right hand under right shoulder, adjust that left foot to face the same side as you lift up into the hips and rise your left fingers high. Start to circle up and over the head, down and around, just a couple of these for you to collect the breath. Keeping the hips rising, and if you want to, this last time as you circle your left fingers, it's like they're peeling off lightly your left toes. Maybe you flex and point the foot a couple times before you step your left foot in quite close to the pelvis so you can really drop your bum down. Left fingers on the inside, remember, of the knee. So you can use that as you press into your upper arm. There's this gorgeous opening across the collarbones. Take a breath here. And slowly reach your fingers to the back of your mat, becoming your new front. Step it to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Use the breath like a wave. Undulate back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg again. Exhale, step it forward. Plant the foot down. Soften your back knee, rising high lunge. You're there. Inhale, extend the legs. And coming down, exhale with control. Release the back toes, sink the hips, rise. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, folding over. Coming forward, inhale, sink the hips. Exhale, back shin in, find your side, sort of ish plank. Left toes root forward so you're really stable here. Start to circle the arm. Recollect the breath. When you're ready, maybe rising the toes, or maybe you stay as you are. If you want that little add-on this last time, bending the top knee, find the ankle. Pressing foot to palm as you press your heart forward. Let your head lean back, so it's a gorgeous opening for your chest. Take a breath in, and exhale, stepping the foot down. Take all the time you need to bring that left palm or fingertips down as you open your right arm. Hang the head back. A few breaths here. And then coming all the way to the front, placing the palms down, stepping to downward facing dog. Find a ripple forward as you inhale, and an undulation through the spine, downward facing dog. Take a gorgeous big belly breath in. Flutter the lips this time. Go one of those again. Inhale. And then slowly lowering the knees down, releasing the toes. Find a child's pose. Taking any placement of the palms here, any placement of the knees, they can be a little bit wider than the hips. Just allow the whole body, as you did when you first came down onto your back, to really drop. Maybe there's even a sway side to side of the hips if that feels good. And then finding stillness. Notice the breath. When you're ready, with care, with ease, come into your down dog and step your right foot outside of your right palm. Maybe you turn the toes out a little bit here as you come onto the palms. Just find any gentle movement for your hips here. Maybe it's more of a sort of circular wiggle. Maybe it's more of a rock forward and back. Just a little sort of check in with how the hips are feeling. And are you still breathing? And then a little bit of a funky transition here. You're just going to bring your right foot in, maybe give it a little shuffle until you can bring it all the way down, placing the shin down, and redraw the left hip forward, release the back toes. Take a moment to come onto the fingers, draw in your pelvic floor, take a breath in here. Then as you exhale, come down onto the forearms. Maybe you hang out here for a few breaths. Or maybe if you're comfortable, keep drawing left hip forward, right hip back. You might make a pillow, one hand on top of the other for the forehead. Or you might even completely lie down, but just check that you haven't gone too far where you can't rest fully. You should be feeling sensation all around your right glute, your right hip. See if you can notice if you're holding the neck, the head, the shoulders. And really breathe your whole body, giving time for it to loosen up here. Remember, your breath is your sort of anchor into this present moment. So feel all of the sensations that are coming through. Unclench the jaw. It's like you're just dissolving into the earth. Last breath. And take your time to walk yourself back up. Go slow, tucking the back toes, almost like you're starting to move a little bit lazier, if you like. Maybe there's a little walk out here, gentle pedal of the feet. before you take it to the left side. Super easy way, just stepping the foot wide, maybe the toes turn out. First, just finding a sense of, I don't know, a little wiggle. Rocking forward and back, side to sides. I feel like we very rarely go this slow into stretches, so it's nice to kind of indulge in these moments. And the kinder we are with ourselves when we enter these poses, the more likely our body is going to respond, right? So just do that little step, shuffly thing. Right, left foot across, left knee opens. As you release your back toes, try to avoid opening here, so it's not going to be as much of a stretch. You still want to draw that right hip forward, left hip back. Draw in of your pelvic floor as you lift the chest first, breathing in, and then you're melting your body. Just honoring that this side might feel totally different to the first side. So you might just hang out here, releasing the head, give it a little shake if it's dangling. Maybe you're feeling quite all right to go a bit further. Making that little pillow. And it's funny, this little sort of pressure, a little pressure around the space of what you call your third eye, which is the space just above and in between the eyebrows, can really help you come into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest side, which is what we're looking for here. A little bit more release, relaxed. Maybe it's tempting for the mind to pull you out of this moment. Without getting frustrated with yourself, just keep coming back to this sort of flow of your breath. Go ahead and take one last really sweet breath in. And sighing it out. Use your hands to pad yourself upright. This time round, just sweep your hips over to the left so you can bring the legs forward. Without thinking too much about it, just come down onto your back and hug your knees towards your chest. Or if you like, if your hips are actually a little bit tight and this isn't comfortable, just send the knees into the elbows. Maybe you just hang on and hook the fingers and you rock it out here. Up to you though. Let your shoulder blades rest down, let your sacrum draw away, so you're kind of breathing down the whole length of your spine. And then slow the rocking down. Whenever you're ready, if you've got time to take just 1 minute of Shavasana, so our final sort of resting place, our corpse pose. If you do have time, we'll be here for 1 minute just to extend the legs out long. Letting the palms either be wider than the mat, or maybe just placing them as you did at the beginning around the belly, so you can also follow the flow of the breath. Let everything release and relax. Close down the eyes. One more big breath in. And a clearing sigh. Let your breath flow naturally in and out through the nose. As you just pause without the need to do anything other than just be. Take a deeper breath in through the nose. And a nice passive sigh. Bringing movement back. Any way that feels nice. If you want to take a big stretch, take a big stretch. Journeying yourself into a seated position, however you want to get there. We'll just meet here to close. Any seat that works for you. If you've opened the eyes, just reclose them now as you collect your palms in a prayer at the center of your heart. Take this moment to thank yourself for moving slower, for finding that fuller breath to guide you through, hopefully leaving feeling a little bit lighter, softer, hopefully releasing some of that tension. Thanks, guys, so much for your time. Namaste.